From a 100-year-old restaurant that survived everything until a fire shut it down for good, to a family-run New Jersey restaurant that collapsed into conflict and closure,
You walk away.
Goodbye!
She's gone.
Bye. See you later.
here's what happened to the restaurants Gordon Ramsay couldn't save. Starting with Cafe 36. It was a modest restaurant in LaGrange, Illinois, a suburban corner bistro owned and run by husband and wife team Terry and Carol Gilmer, who had poured their life savings into the dream of owning a restaurant.
Terry and Carol were high school sweethearts here. 2 years ago, they fulfilled a dream and bought Cafe 36.
By the time Gordon Ramsay arrived on Kitchen Nightmares in 2008, things were already going wrong. The kitchen struggled with frozen ingredients.
Unbelievable. Everything's frozen. Frozen and defrosted. This place is a mess.
It had problems with slow service and poor communication.
Customers are still waiting for their food.
I feel like I'm drinking more than I'm eating.
Terry and Carol were losing money, not paying themselves a wage, and watched customers drift away.
Carol and I have never taken a paycheck since we started the business.
Gordon's visit was meant to be a lifeline, but the real test would come after he left. On camera, Gordon didn't hold back.
And it just disintegrates in your mouth. And it's very salty. We'll bypass that. Don't ask him to make another one.
Mismatched plates, slow food, and a kitchen that fell into old habits after initial promise made it clear the restaurant needed more than decor and menu changes.
Right, come on, guys. You've got to talk to each other.
Yes, chef.
Gordon's crew stayed overnight to overhaul the interior, introducing a fresh black and white theme with new chandeliers and matching plates.
Oh my God.
How cool is this?
Oh,
It's modern.
sausage. Holy cow.
Oh, wow.
And redesigned the menu to focus on classic dishes made with seasonal ingredients.
Yes.
Fresh approach. And more importantly, we've condensed the menu.
There's a brief moment of enthusiasm during relaunch night when dishes were finally delivered efficiently and customers praised the food.
Delicious. Fresh food, simple menu. Love it.
But even then, old habits re-emerged. Communication broke down in the kitchen. The same chaos that rustled staff morale began creeping back in.
Wonderful, man. This one empties, I put something else on it, okay?
Pinto, we have to go a little bit now, yeah?
After Gordon's departure, the immediate aftermath showed a mix of commitment and struggle. In the weeks following the episode, the Gilmers initially tried to build on the momentum. Some of Gordon's changes stuck. The updated menu items, refreshed decor, and attempts to bring discipline into the kitchen.
What are we waiting on? Where are we at?
So I need those 2 crab cakes right now.
Coming up.
All right, come on, guys. I need to get this food out. I got tables I got to turn.
Pinto, the head chef on camera, was fired shortly after filming, and sous chef Barney briefly assumed leadership before leaving to finish his culinary education. Terry brought in a replacement chef in an effort to maintain standards, and Yelp reviews in the months after the show reflected this mix. Some customers had positive comments about improvements like this. Cafe 36 is truly an amazing place ever since it was made over by Gordon Ramsay. The owners Terry and Carol Gilmer are very personable, and the food is outstanding. Meanwhile, others had complaints about slow service and inconsistency, like this comment that says, 1 out of 6 people enjoyed their meal to the fullest. However, we all loved their salads and appetizers. Don't bother ordering dessert. Nothing was good enough to waste the calories on. But those efforts weren't enough to sustain long-term success. Cafe 36 closed on April 18th, 2009, just a few months after the episode aired on TV. Gilmer cited a combination of factors, including the weak economy and difficulty generating a consistent clientele, explaining those were why they couldn't keep the doors open. While Gordon's makeover delivered a temporary boost and fresh interest, it couldn't overcome the deep-rooted issues of business management and market pressures that had plagued the restaurant long before his arrival. After the closure, Terry and Carol stepped back from the spotlight. There's limited public information about their lives post-restaurant, but most reports indicate that the couple retired from the restaurant business and chose a quieter life. They've maintained a low profile, and there's no widely reported follow-up about them launching another eatery or returning to a culinary career. The physical space where Cafe 36 once stood has since been repurposed. Empanadas, an Argentinian restaurant, now operates at the same location and has garnered positive reviews. One customer had this to say about the food. The empanadas are fresh and extremely tasty. Great for that quick bite. Simple, easy, and nutritious. Another customer described it as fantastic, savory, sweet, and breakfast empanadas. This suggests that the neighborhood still wanted a place to eat, just not the one Cafe 36 had become. Cafe 36's story is a clear example of how even a dramatic overhaul and national TV exposure can fail to save a struggling restaurant when foundational issues aren't fully addressed. While one restaurant's story ended in foreclosure, another unraveled through family tension and a very public shutdown. Blackberry's soul food restaurant opened with big dreams. Former caterer Shelley Withers invested deeply in the Plainfield, New Jersey eatery, even using her mother's retirement fund to finance the business. But by the time Kitchen Nightmare Season 5 rolled cameras in, the restaurant was already drowning in massive debt and plagued by more than just menu problems.
She's helping the restaurant to fail even more.
Not that many customers though, huh? Things are bad. I'm $200,000 in debt.
Shelley's stubborn operational style and refusal to accept criticism created deep tension in the kitchen and front of the house, and morale was low among staff who felt sidelined and ignored.
Shelley believes that all of her food is better than any chef out there.
Too done? Too done is perfect.
On the show, Gordon Ramsay encountered a restaurant that needed more than a few tweaks. The decor was dated.
Wow, look at this place. Somebody having a party?
The equipment was inappropriate for the cuisine being served.
Seeing right? You've got a 3-burner wok there. Is that a pizza oven?
And communication in the kitchen was chaotic.
System are we following here?
It's no system. We have 16 people working back here and 16 people doing their own system.
One of the most memorable moments of the episode came early when Gordon found a dead rat near the front door, a finding that underscored just how far the restaurant had slid.
Oh, what is that? Bloody hell.
Then Ramsay and his team worked to modernize Blackberry's. They overhauled the decor, updated kitchen equipment, and introduced a revamped menu designed to appeal to diners more effectively. For a short period after the relaunch, there were positive signs: a cleaner environment, structured service, and dishes that drew praise from some customers.
Shelley, 6 minutes of my oxtails.
Echo on the oxtail.
Fried green tomatoes?
Those are excellent.
But old habits and leadership resistance resurfaced. Shelley's heavy-handed management and reluctance to embrace ongoing change continued to undermine cohesion in the kitchen and customer experience.
How long for my oxtail?
What?
It's not true.
I don't want to hear it.
After filming wrapped and the episode aired in September 2011, Blackberry's experienced some uptick in attention thanks to national exposure and curiosity from viewers. Many Yelp reviewers praised the food and warmly spoke about Sherry's mother, often highlighting her hospitality. However, they expressed strong frustration with Sherry's attitude and how she handled customers and staff. This customer has this to say: "Great place. Love the mom. Owner was a bit rude and loud." This other customer also said, "The food and ever was amazing apart from the owner." Despite the brief post-show interest, the momentum wasn't sustainable, and on March 16th, 2013, Blackberry's announced it was closing its doors for good. The closure was announced on the restaurant's Facebook page. The announcement of the closure included a liquidation sale of equipment and furnishings from the restaurant, a sign that the business was winding down completely after years of struggle. Local coverage cited a lack of growth and challenges such as limited parking and economic pressure as factors in the decision to shut down. While the restaurant itself closed, Blackberry's wasn't entirely gone from the community. According to a statement shared on social media, the establishment would continue to offer private catering services and was exploring a possible relocation in the future. While the catering arm of Blackberry's appeared to remain active as late as 2019, the new location never materialized. As for the individuals behind Blackberry's, some found new paths in the food industry. According to publicly viewable professional profiles, Shelley Withers went on to work as a kitchen manager at Aramark, a large food services company, beginning in 2013 and continuing for several years afterward. She also developed a side business creating custom rhinestone apparel. Meanwhile, former sous chef Mateen Booker continued in the culinary world, moving into executive chef roles with companies operating dining venues, including airports, and offering private meal services. The physical space that once housed Blackberry's is now home to Un Nuevo Renacer Bakery, a local bakery that occupies the address and has received its own positive reviews as of recent years. Blackberry's demonstrates a recurring theme of kitchen nightmares. Even bold redesigns and menu makeovers can't overcome deep leadership resistance and mismanagement. And when owners resist change and internal dynamics stay strained, even national exposure and expert intervention can't keep a restaurant open for the long haul. Just like this next one. Flamingo's was already struggling long before Gordon Ramsay arrived. Located in White House Station, New Jersey, The restaurant was owned by Bill and Adele Cheppy alongside their daughter Cheryl. The concept leaned heavily into a tropical Florida theme, complete with mango motifs, plastic palm trees, alligators, and brightly colored decor that overwhelmed the space. Instead of feeling playful or intentional, the restaurant came across as cluttered and confused, more novelty attraction than neighborhood eatery. On Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon Ramsay quickly identified deeper problems beneath the decor. Service was disorganized.
For Chef Brian,
I don't even know what to do.
Absolute crazy, you know that?
Yeah.
Communication between staff members was poor, and the kitchen lacked consistency.
This restaurant is very poorly run.
We know we have big problems here.
Meals arrived late or poorly executed, and customers appeared uncomfortable rather than relaxed.
Shrimp are really small, and the risotto is very bland.
Adele's confrontational attitude towards diners and employees only intensified the chaos.
We know! Shut your mouth already!
Adele is crazy.
Her defensiveness and open hostility became a focal point of the episode, drawing strong reactions from both Ramsay and viewers. Ramsay's blunt, profanity-filled criticism of the decor and management style turned the episode into one of the more memorable confrontations of the series.
Yet you never seem to accept your own mistakes. It's never your doing.
We thought our food was good, but now you just, said it's horrible.
Ramsay's intervention was sweeping. He stripped the restaurant of its tropical identity entirely, rebranding it as The Junction, a name inspired by the nearby train station and the area's local character.
Welcome to the Junction. How appropriate is that?
The transformation was physical and symbolic. Jungle decor was removed and publicly destroyed in a bonfire.
Look at that!
The dining room was opened up and neutralized.
To open up this room was absolutely crucial.
And the menu was rebuilt around straightforward American comfort food. Dishes like burgers, meatloaf, and simple entrees replaced the unfocused offerings that had defined Flamingos.
If you just have a look at the portion size, it's in keeping with the plate. This is a hallmark, not just a burger. 3 different: mini buffalo, meatloaf, and a turkey burger.
The relaunch drew significant attention. The new look and menu were met with enthusiasm, and opening night crowds responded positively.
This looks like a place to be fun to come to every day.
Really? Thank you.
It's open, it's inviting, right?
Adele appeared noticeably calmer, interacting with customers in a more controlled and welcoming manner. For a brief period, it looked as though the reset had worked.
Wonderful job. It's delicious.
Thank you.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That optimism carried into Ramsay's Season 4 revisit in 2011. During the follow-up, the Junction appeared to be operating more smoothly. Business was reportedly up compared to pre-show levels, and the simplified menu remained intact. Adele's demeanor had improved, at least outwardly, and the restaurant no longer projected the dysfunction that defined Flamingos. Still, the momentum did not hold. In April 2011, roughly 14 months after the episode aired, the Junction closed permanently. Bill and Adele chose to retire and sell the business, bringing the restaurant venture to an end. The closure suggested that while the makeover delivered a short-term boost, the long-term demands of running the restaurant were no longer sustainable for the owners. It was called Flamingos when the popular television show Kitchen Nightmares stepped in, rebranded the space, and it got renamed The Junction. Chef Gordon Ramsay helped revamp the restaurant, and the owners kept going for about 2 more years before closing. After sitting empty for a year, Brian and Don purchased the place and created another restaurant, naming it The Rail. After leaving the restaurant industry, Bill and Adele relocated to Florida. Adele's later public profiles list her as a former restaurant owner, indicating a clean break from hospitality. Cheryl, meanwhile, pursued a different path, later working as an interior designer in New Jersey. Flamingos, aka The Junction, stands as a clear example of how a dramatic reinvention can generate attention and temporary recovery. And while The Junction tried to outrun its past with a new name, this next waterfront property couldn't escape deeper operational cracks. Beachfront Inn and Inlet was featured on Hotel Hell Season 3, located in Fort Pierce, Florida, and owned by Brian Paul. The property combined a small beachfront hotel with an on-site restaurant, The Inlet, positioned directly on the water. On paper, it had the kind of location most struggling hotels would envy.
Around, you're surrounded by stunning beaches, marinas full of deep-sea fishing boats. This place is gorgeous.
In practice, that potential was undercut by weak leadership,
Brian is a little too easygoing,
unresolved safety concerns,
A restaurant cross-contaminated,
and an operation that lacked structure from top to bottom.
consistency with our food, and I mean, that directly has to be attributed to the executive chef. You know, his name is Ben.
During Gordon Ramsay's visit, the most serious issues were not cosmetic, but foundational. Guest rooms were poorly cleaned.
The place is filthy. Really bad.
Basic maintenance had been neglected.
Freezer, over-frozen and defrosted about 10 years.
And food safety violations in the kitchen were alarming.
Look at that. The water's gone slimy. And you come in here once a week.
Yeah.
Ramsay discovered raw and cooked foods stored together in the walk-in cooler, a violation that placed guests at real risk. These weren't isolated lapses. They reflected a broader absence of accountability across the property.
It's what?
Cooked product.
Cooked chicken. And on top of it is what?
It's raw.
Brian Paul's management style became a central focus of the episode. Staff described him as disengaged and hesitant to enforce standards, often avoiding conflict rather than addressing problems directly.
Physically here, sometimes, he's just like, kind of wanders around.
Avoid them instead of trying to get to the root of the problem.
Ramsay noted that without visible leadership, the hotel had drifted into a culture where inconsistency became normal.
Brian's never checked in, and they're all blaming each other.
Employees were unclear on expectations, and guest complaints were treated as inconveniences rather than warnings.
I was never told. Even our first shirts, our name tags.
You buy your name tag as well?
Yeah, we have.
That's really a daily thing that...
Daily?
It should be, sure, yeah, absolutely.
That is not daily.
Ramsay's intervention aimed to impose order.
And you need to realize, what's at stake here. I need to be convinced. I need to see you stepping up as a boss.
Renovations were carried out across the property, including upgrades to kitchen equipment, improved patio seating, refreshed landscaping, and changes to staff scheduling. One major adjustment involved setting a firm curfew on live entertainment, which had previously continued late into the night and disrupted hotel guests trying to sleep. The relaunch presented a visibly cleaner, calmer property. An early reaction suggested cautious optimism. However, once filming ended, the momentum proved difficult to sustain. Reviews posted after the episode aired in July 2016 painted a mixed picture. While some guests acknowledged improvements, like this customer who says, "Loved it, loved my room, and the fact that I could get up and walk out to the beach." Meanwhile, complaints about the noise, cleanliness, and aging facilities continued to appear with regularity. Several reviewers noted that while the property looked better on arrival, day-to-day upkeep remained inconsistent, suggesting that systems had not been fully embedded. This particular customer put it bluntly: "It is not a hotel. It is a loud and noisy bar with a mediocre restaurant." Another customer left a negative review, saying, "This is the filthiest trap I've ever checked into. Black mold on bathroom baseboard, rust in tub, outlets don't work, broken lamp. Ugh, disgusting." Over time, the beachfront inn and inlet featured on Hotel Hell was sold and rebranded as Sunrise Sands Beach Resort around 2019, roughly 3 years after Gordon Ramsay's 2016 visit. It later went another transformation, becoming the oceanfront inn on Hutchinson Island, which remains operational as of February 2025. Beachfront inn and inlet's story reflects a recurring pattern seen on Hotel Hell. Structural upgrades and televised intervention can create opportunity, but without sustained leadership and consistent execution, even prime beachfront properties can falter. In this case, the closure wasn't sudden. It was the result of unresolved operational weaknesses that outlasted the cameras. But unlike a beachfront business battling management issues, this next case was weighed down by something far more personal. Mike and Nellie's had been an Oakhurst, New Jersey staple since 1996, founded by father and son duo Nellie and Mike Farber. For years, it thrived as a local steak and seafood restaurant where patrons knew the family by name.
Everybody loved my father.
Everybody would come in to talk to Nellie. He knew everybody's name, made everybody feel special.
But after Nellie passed away, the restaurant's momentum faded quickly.
Since my grandpa died, the restaurant's been neglected. Hi, is there anything that I can help you with?
Yeah, can you
Mike, who had always split responsibilities with his father, Nellie, handled the front of the house while he worked the kitchen. Now he found it difficult running virtually everything alone.
He left this earth. I had to take over doing everything that he did. Ice cream delivery. Plus what I do, and I just become overwhelmed.
Slow the shit down.
According to recaps of the Kitchen Nightmares episode, the interior was worn and grimy. The carpet smelled of mold.
Restaurant is grimy. The carpet is a mess. It's nasty, crusty, moldy.
And the kitchen had serious hygiene problems, including raw and cooked meats stored together and expired ingredients.
Cooked? Yeah, that's cooked. That's with raw. Uh-huh. We don't get these fridges changed at night?
Mike's daughters told Gordon Ramsay that their father had never truly grieved before jumping right back into work, and by the time Gordon arrived, the restaurant had lost its spark.
Hurdle.
I don't think so, no.
No, I mean, he was back at work, you know, and there was no time off. He was just there.
I think he's hurting.
During filming, Mike's daughters, Samantha and Lexi, shared how hard it had been to watch their dad struggle after Nellie's death. Mike even drank on the job, which staff said was his way of handling stress and grief.
And coordinate the kitchen tonight.
I hope Mike will back off a little and let me come in and help him out.
Ramsay convinced him to let others take on more responsibility.
The bone and a fillet.
I've been cooking steak.
Taught better cooking techniques, and oversaw renovations replacing the moldy carpet, modernizing the decor.
The new chairs, the new carpet. I can't get a smile off my face.
And rebranding the restaurant as Mike and Nellie's Steakhouse with a tighter steak-focused menu.
Look at that.
Wasn't that Mike and Nellie's?
This menu is our foundation.
Relaunch night was a success, with customers loving the updated dishes and improved atmosphere, and Ramsay encouraged Mike to trust his team more.
The food will be out in plenty of time and you'll love it. It was very rewarding walking around out there.
After the episode aired in October 2011, the restaurant enjoyed a brief boost in business from curiosity and goodwill. Yelp reviews soon showed a mix of positive comments about the food, with one saying, "This was one of the best meals we've had on a recent trip to Jersey." Yet there were lingering complaints about inconsistency in service, reflecting the underlying challenges that hadn't been fully resolved. One dissatisfied customer wrote, "Raw steak, frozen broccoli, terrible service. I feel taken. We've waited more than 29 minutes for our appetizers, without even being asked if we'd like drink refills." Despite the renewed energy, Mike and Nellie's in Oakhurst, New Jersey officially closed its doors on January 21st, 2012. This was shortly after appearing on Season 5, Episode 13 of Kitchen Nightmares. Although Gordon Ramsay revamped the menu and decor and the episode aired in October 2011, the restaurant struggled to maintain the boost, lasting only about 3 months afterward. The building that once housed the steakhouse is now occupied by Posilipo Italian Restaurant and Bar. Following the closure, Mike didn't completely step away from food. He appeared on the Fox program Good Day Cafe and later became the executive chef of Blue Basil Catering Company, offering services for private events, house parties, corporate functions, and even aviation catering throughout New Jersey. This shift from restaurant ownership to catering allowed Mike to continue cooking without the burdens of running a full-time dining establishment. Mike and Nellie serves as a reminder that even heartfelt family restaurants with rich histories can struggle to survive after critical changes in ownership and leadership, especially when the emotional weight of loss and responsibility interferes with operations. And while grief quietly reshaped one family restaurant, the next would face a disaster no renovation could undo. The Vienna Restaurant and Historic Inn in Southbridge, Massachusetts was a curious hotel hell case that aired in May 2016. Owned by Jonathan and Lisa Kratch, the Austrian-themed property stood out for its cluttered decor, mismatched German-Austrian menu, and management style that left both staff and guests puzzled.
It was the violins on the table.
Mine.
Where did that come from?
That was actually from an estate sale down the street.
A dead man's violin? No,
Yeah.
The episode revealed fundamental issues. The owners frequently argued.
My boss. Sometimes she's not so nice to me.
Why do you always have to dress like a like bum?
Paid employees irregularly.
There's no payroll system.
And then he'll say, yeah, I'll get you one. And he just never...
And showed little consistency in operations.
Things unclear.
Yeah, nothing consistent.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay made changes to a few rooms, offered a reorganized menu, and pushed for a more professional front of house. Despite these efforts, Ramsay made it clear much of the long-term work was up to the couple, and not all changes took hold.
I wasn't saying I didn't love that room.
It'd be a great shame for you to sound ungrateful.
Oh, I'm not ungrateful. I am just so shocked.
After filming, the Vienna Inn returned in many ways to its original state. The couple reversed a number of changes, bringing back older decor and menu items.
They chose not to take my advice about running the inn properly.
Listen to me about what should be going on in the kitchen.
Despite the turbulence around the relaunch, many Yelp reviews told a different story. A significant number of guests praised the food and spoke highly of the owners, often highlighting their responsibility and the quality of the dishes, even as the inn held on to its quirky atmosphere and dated style. This happy customer wrote, "I love the Vienna. The food comes in small servings, but it's so good I don't even care." Another viewer reads, "Lisa and Jonathan are great people and most accommodating to everyone." Tragically, the hotel didn't last much longer. The Vienna restaurant, an historic inn in Southbridge, Massachusetts, famously featured on Hotel Hell, permanently closed following a 3-alarm fire on November 17th, 2017.
No idea what I'm doing here.
And she's lost it.
Just wanted to keep it together tonight.
And with the staff suffering as well.
The blaze began in a first-floor parlor room and caused an estimated $50,000 to $75,000 in damages, forcing everyone inside to evacuate as emergency crews responded. The property subsequently sold at a foreclosure sale in February 2018. Vienna Inn's arc underscores that even a reality TV intervention and structural updates can't guarantee long-term success if core management issues and resistance to change persist, and that sometimes external events like a fire can be the final chapter in a property's story. However, not every ending came from fire. Some closures arrived after years of decline that even a 24-hour rescue couldn't reverse. When Gordon Ramsay arrived in Sandra Dee's barbecue and seafood, the problems went deeper than slow service or dated decor.
Yeah, look at my calamari, how greasy. Yeah, there's nothing crispy either. What a mess. Spilled blood. It is stinking. And what's this thing?
A chicken that...
The restaurant was a deeply personal extension of its owner, Sandra, built on family recipes and long-held habits that had gone largely unquestioned for years. That emotional attachment became both the restaurant's identity and its greatest obstacle.
Getting on my damn nerves. It says Sandra D up in this bitch, so do it my way, okay?
You got 2 ribs as well?
During the episode, Ramsay identified serious operational breakdowns. The kitchen lacked consistency. Food quality varied widely.
Well, no mac and cheese, no catfish dinner. Yes.
And Sandra's resistance to feedback created tension with staff.
No, it's not me, it's him.
While the restaurant had a loyal base, that loyalty was being tested by declining standards and an inability to evolve with customer expectations.
Here with me are my daughters.
And my name is Lena, and I'm the evening manager.
Ramsay's intervention focused on simplifying the menu, tightening execution, and repositioning the restaurant for sustainability rather than sentiment.
What's happened? Something's gone wrong somewhere.
It's a lot.
But where did you stop being Sandra D that got this place on the map?
The transformation itself appeared successful on the surface. The dining room received a modern facelift, the kitchen workflow improved, and customers responded positively during the relaunch.
Closed.
Wow. It's a lot of feelings that I'm feeling right now.
Debbie, right this way, please.
Thank you so much for coming.
Looks amazing.
Does this? Thank you.
However, cracks began to show almost immediately after filming wrapped. Sandra was openly unhappy with the new menu direction and gradually abandoned many of Ramsay's changes, choosing instead to return to her original offerings. While the renovations largely remained, the operational philosophy did not.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that.
The comments have not been favorable.
For a time, the restaurant continued operating with mixed signals. Online reviews reflected confusion. Some praised the refreshed space, like this customer who happily writes, "Great place for all occasions, from dates, dinners with friends, or just to get great food." Meanwhile, others noted that food quality and service consistency had slipped back toward pre-show levels. One dissatisfied customer said, "Went back home today since the remodel. The place looks better, but the food is still the same. The food taste is the same as a few years ago." In June, owners of Sacramento's Sandra D's restaurant announced that July 20th would be the last chance for customers to dine in the 20-year-old establishment, confirming the closing date and bringing its 2-decade run to an end. Rather than a sudden collapse, the closure was quiet and deliberate. Sandra shifted focus towards catering, an avenue that allowed her to retain creative control without the daily pressures of running a full-service restaurant. That pivot aligned more closely with her strengths and preferences, even if it marked the end of the brick-and-mortar chapter. In this case, the restaurant didn't fail overnight. It slowly retreated from transformation, choosing familiarity over reinvention, until the business model no longer made sense. And while one long-running California staple faded out, the next carried over a century of history and still couldn't survive. The Old Coffee Pot was not just another struggling restaurant. It was a New Orleans institution. Established in 1894, it claimed more than a century of history in the French Quarter and was especially known for its breakfast menu and oysters. By the time Gordon Ramsay arrived for 24 Hours to Hell and Back in 2018, the branding still carried that historic charm. But the kitchen told a different story. Ramsay discovered serious sanitation problems. There was contaminated chicken stored improperly,
And it's just slime.
rotten fries,
Got rotten fries.
and the evidence of rodents in the kitchen.
Mouse in here.
A mouse?
Food safety violations were not subtle. The dining room leaned heavily on the restaurant's age and reputation, while the back of the house showed signs of neglect. The owner, Brad Bohannon, appeared overly confident in the legacy of the business, insisting that its long history spoke for itself even as standards slipped. During the 24-hour overhaul, Ramsay pushed for strict cleaning protocols.
It is immaculate. And the exterminator.
Fresher ingredients.
Fresh and not cooked in bulk and frozen. Bananas Foster.
And a simplified menu that focused on quality rather than quantity.
Powerful menu. Now, we are on one of the busiest quarters.
The dining room was refreshed, and systems were put in place to tighten food storage and preparation. Relaunch service went smoothly, with customers responding positively to the updated dishes and cleaner environment.
I feel like I'm at my grandma's house. So good.
It is incredible.
After the episode aired in June 2018, the Old Coffee Pot experienced a short-term boost.
There are ups and downs.
Banana Foster all day, one yogurt, one gumbo.
But the menu's doing really well. Everybody seems to love the items.
French toast.
And online reviews in the months following the broadcast showed increased traffic and curiosity from tourists who had seen the show. Some Yelp reviews mentioned improved food quality and better service compared to pre-show complaints, like this customer who says, "After watching Gordon Ramsay 24 Hours to Hell and Back, this was my first meal in NOLA. The breakfast was amazing and the waitresses were fantastic." However, consistency remained an issue. Mixed feedback continued, with some guests praising classic breakfast dishes, while others wrote their service off completely. One disappointed customer left this review: "Seriously, please don't go here just because it was featured on a few TV shows or because Gordon Ramsay came to help him out. Seriously, this was terrible in every single way." Then in early 2019, the Old Coffee Pot permanently closed. The closure came roughly a year after Ramsay's intervention. Public listings and local reports confirmed the business had to shut its doors, and the historic French Quarter location later became home to a different restaurant concept. Unlike some Ramsay turnarounds that lasted several years, this one had a short post-show lifespan. There was no single dramatic event that forced the shutdown. Instead, it appeared to be a continuation of long-standing operational instability. The restaurant had already faced financial strain and management criticism before filming, while the television makeover corrected visible hygiene failures and refreshed the brand image. Sustaining those changes required daily discipline and hands-on oversight.